They were good in the red zone. They were good on third down. They were decent passing. They were great running. They scapegoated Brian. They have literally the whole city still thinks Brian Johnson sucks.
I know.
He still isn't an offensive coordinator again because they made him look that bad.
Without further ado, my friend, Big Z, Zander Krause joins us now.
What's up, Big Sills? How you doing, brother?
Pretty dope about Ray Diddinger, huh?
Oh, yeah, man. Ray Diddinger is certified in this city, man. I love Ray Diddinger. He's a good dude, and he is the godfather of Philly, man. He knows how to talk about these Eagles. So that's pretty dope that he did that for you.
Yeah, man.
By the way, I have it.
Look at that, folks. I can't wait to get that, man. By the way, that don't look cheap.
No, it's not cheap at all. It's sick. I mean, you got everything in here. You got best players, best trades. You got the history of the coaches, the GMs, the owners, the stadium, the Frankfurt Yellow Jackets back in the early 1900s. I mean, it's got it all. So it is pretty sweet. And Ray Diddinger, I mean, he is the right person to document it. He really is. So it is pretty dope.
I can't wait to hear when he comes on next week. So we're going to get Ray on with us next week, and we'll talk with him. All right, Zander, let's start first with these meetings. I mean, what's the end game to this? Why do I care about this?
I think the meetings are largely just a PR machine. Like, they have meetings every week. John talks about it all the time. Look at an NFL player's schedule. It's like meeting, workout, meeting, field, meeting. It's like they meet all the time.
They do.
So, the Eagles PR knows how to turn on the machine to try and make things look better. It is what it is. They're going to have them every week. What matters is not the smoke and the mirrors. It's what they do on the field. So if things improve, you're going to say, hey, the meeting worked this week, or they had a good conversation, or they came to good solutions. If it doesn't, it's going to look like it did last week. Remember, they had the big meeting with Saquon and AJ and Jalen, and everybody talked about it. And then the offense proceeded to drop 17 points in the New York Football Giants and get blown out of the water. So it doesn't really matter all that much. It is what it is. The meetings are what they are. And the Eagles PR staff knows how to turn it on. They do. And that's what they use them for. And look, there's a lot of simpletons out there who buy it and eat it up and aggregate it and move it all around social media. That's kind of the nature of the beast. I don't care about it at all. I mean, they're going to have them. It's not news that they have them, certainly.
Yeah, but they're trying to make it come off like they had these secret high.
Yeah, like it's some sort of end-all fix for what the problems with the offense are. Like you started your show with the perfect
you're stupid.
Line. In the first minute of your show today, you had the perfect line. Does that fix the quarterback getting the ball out on time? Does that fix the shoddy routes? Does that fix the running game? Does that fix the offensive line who can't block right now? I mean, that doesn't fix any of that.
What about the Isaiah Rodgers story that came out?
We told you on this show yesterday, when I came on the show yesterday, what did I say about that story? And then at night, it got confirmed. Isaiah said exactly what I told you guys. It was a PR story because everybody knows our corners suck right now, especially without Quinyon this week. Keely Ringo has been an objective disaster for this football team. Adoree Jackson, the Temu signing, has done absolutely nothing. And by the way, I think he got 2 or 3 or maybe even $4 million. So you're talking about Isaiah at 7 or Adoree. I mean, so the Eagles know that the hype was going to get around there and say, hey, whoa, look at this miss by Howie. They tried to get ahead of it. And Isaiah didn't take the bait. And in fact, he shot down the bait. And I tried to tell everybody yesterday that was a PR bullshit. And I love Ed Kratz. It has nothing to do with Ed Kratz.
No.
It had nothing to do with Ed Kratz.
No shot at him. No shot at him because you know why? At the end of the day, it's the Eagle PR machine that is releasing those stories.
Yeah, right.
Do you see that chart by Dan Orlovsky?
Watch one today. Not looking good over there, Big Sills. You always wear that?
No, I don't. I found my Raymond Weil. So I
look good, man. I like that one.
Yeah, I like my Raymond Weil there. Yeah, that's one of my Raymond Wiles. So let me go here then. This throw chart. Did you see Dan Orlovsky, what he posted? That 97% of the throws. Yeah. And he's had 171 throws this year. He's had 5 throws across the middle of the field.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What's your take on that?
You know, I was thinking about it, and I brought it up this morning on Zander Time, and I'm like, yeah, it obviously isn't good, but somebody made a comment, and I apologize. I don't know who it was. I don't know where I saw it. Somebody commented, though, to me about the chart. And they said, Zander, if you listen back to your training camp shows with John McMullen, every single day you would ask him, how'd the offense look today? How'd Jalen Hurts look today? And John would say, yeah, a lot of throws to the flats, a lot of underneath stuff, nothing down the field, nothing inside the hash marks, everything outside the numbers. And I'm like, it's what they practiced. It's what they worked on. And now it's what they're doing on offense. So it's like, is this a failure, or is this what they want to do? I don't know. I really don't. Is this what they want to do? And if you had the run game, it would work.
Who's they? Hurts or the coordinators?
I don't know. Because another person brought up another point that makes me conflicted on Jalen. You hear the press conference, we played it on the show, where Jalen says, this offense is going to look how Jalen wants it to look. And you're like, all right, clearly Jalen has a say. You look at, what Nick ran in Indy, very different offense, obviously. A lot of signs point to this is tailored to what the quarterback thrives in. And then you hear Jalen after week 3, we're talking to Pam Oliver, we can't play offense like this anymore. So it's like, where is the truth in that conversation? So there's not much clarity there, but I guess you would just describe it as all of them right now. I mean, it's the coaches and it's the quarterback, because until somebody does something different or goes against the grain and changes it, then they're all as one. Now, there's different tiers of blame on where you can put where. I'm a player's first guy as well. So I think Jalen is first there, but it is what it is. This is what they worked on, and this is the shoddy offense that we get. And when you don't have a great running game to help it, it looks like it's looked. This offense looks really bad, though. It looks really bad. And there is one thing I want to say, though, about if they're going to play offense this way, there are certain things that you cannot do that will kill your offense. And one of those things they did in New York, and that was to lose the field position battle. When you're averaging 4.8 yards per offensive play, that's what the Eagles are averaging this year. 4 out of 6 of their drive Sills in the second half started inside their own 12-yard line, and 3 of them started inside their own 10. So when you're getting 4.8 yards per play on offense, okay, and you're starting at your own 10-yard line, everybody do the math.
You're losing field position
to get to the end zone.
You're losing
field
position.
No offense is going to stay on the field for 18 plays. That is very rare.
You're losing field position.
Exactly. Each game. You can't, if you're going to play with 4.8 yards of carry, not push the ball in chunk plays, not try and, have the ball thrown downfield, you've got to win that battle, because you can't march 18 plays, 90 yards with this offense. You know what I mean? So look, I noticed that, and I'm like, you're not going to have drives resulting in points when you're starting at the 10 and you can't get a splash play to save your life. I mean, the only way to score from your own 10 is splash plays, literally.
There's no doubt they're losing first and second down.
Yeah. So I thought that was a key stat. I mean, you can't start that backed up in your own territory. It's a losing battle.
Do you think this is a close game on Sunday?
I do. I mean, I still think we're the better football team in terms of, talent top to bottom on the roster. I think it's a slugfest a little bit not in a high scoring way, more in an old school type of way, where Eagles are probably going to have to beat them on the ground. Okay. Something they've struggled at this year, because their pass defense is really good and their overall defense is really good. They're the 6th overall defense in the NFL right now. They're also exceptional on third down defense. And the Eagles offense is 2nd worst in the NFL on offense on third down. And guess who's the 1st worst offense on third down? Minnesota. So both teams suck at third down offense right now. Minnesota's exceptionally good at third down defense. Those third downs are going to be massive in this football game, but I think it's going to be low scoring. And I think the Eagles are going to have to, they're going to have to get going a little bit more, because look, the offense for them is banged up. They're missing offensive linemen. Carson Wentz is injured, right? I mean, he's going to play, I think, but he's got a banged up shoulder. He holds onto the ball. So, you could get sacks on him, even with a depleted pass rush. So if they get, 20-something points and the Eagles got to slug it out, I'm looking at a 23-20, somewhere in that ballpark game here this week.
Guys, do me a favor. We're going to read your super chats and also please hit the like button. Isn't this the wildest statement you could make about the Nick Serriani era? No matter what they do, no matter how good they play, they will never outrun 23. And the criticism of 23, they will never outrun people referencing the 23 season.
They won't with Jalen and Nick still at the helm.
They're in that era.
Right. Now, I mean, if you have enough,
that's been more of a lasting impression.
Well, the only thing that would change
that season, right?
The only thing that would change that narrative more than what you did last year would be melting down and then saving it. Like if you let's say they lose the next 2 games and they go into the bye week at 4-4. Everybody at the bye week is going to be like, this team is collapsing. If they come out of that and go on a run, you probably start to lose that. Okay, they're going to collapse, and you more give credit to they're going to figure it out. Because that would be there would be a bigger trend of them figuring it out than them not figuring it out. So I think they still can correct that narrative, but they're not going to get out of it yet. I mean, it only happened 2 seasons ago. So I'm not surprised that they haven't gotten over it. And look, I don't necessarily know that the coaching staff has proven that they're good enough to get over it. I really don't. I mean, they brought in Vic Fangio, and still he looks like the only competent coach right now in the room. Even he, by the way, at the podium, he's the one taking the accountability. I'm like, they deplete this guy's defense. They give him nothing, and he's at the podium. I got to call better plays. Meanwhile, Kevin Patullo can't outproduce Jackson Dart throwing to Wan'Dale Robinson with Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, and Devontae Smith. Think about that for a second. Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbo with Wan'Dale Robinson and Lil Jordan Humphrey outproduced Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, and Saquon Barkley. That's a joke. That is a joke. And the offensive coach has got to take accountability for that too, as well as the quarterback. So, I mean, that's just crazy to think about.
I want you to help me out on something. Why is it so that the higher-ups said, let's have Clint Hurt, Christian Parker, Bobby King, Vic Fangio on the defensive side, deplete the talent on that side,
right,
have the most competent side in coaching, and then turn around on the offensive side where all the talent is on the roster and have an inexperienced offensive coordinator run that group. It's counter. So wait, where the most talent is, you have the least qualified coordinator, and where you have the less talent, you have the most experienced coordinators. That dynamic doesn't make sense to me. I mean, either that or you don't give a shit about the defensive side of the.
It's Nick Guppy, dude. That's who chose him. Don't blame Howie for Patullo, and don't blame Jeffrey. Now, they authorized it, and maybe they shouldn't have, but a Super Bowl winning coach should have the authorization to pick his offensive coordinator. He picked his buddy. That's what he did. So if you have a problem with,
you didn't learn your lesson from. You didn't learn. If
the point. I guess he didn't.
Okay,
because,
but wait. So I think everyone agrees, and I agree with you that I think Brian Johnson, given another year, I'd like to have seen what he could have
Brian
done.
Johnson was successful. I don't even look at that as a bad play.
They didn't think so, but they fucking blew him out. They fired his ass.
Defense. It was the worst defense in football that year.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but dude, they don't see it that way because they fired his ass. My question would be, so okay, if you thought Nick made that move to put him in there with Jalen, okay, I mean, and then you turned around and you did the same bullshit you did in 23, and you're walking back over that again. Why do you have less competent coaches with more experienced players? Did you think the players were going to overcome Kevin Patullo's growing pains? And you felt because you wanted to grow him, because you wanted to throw Nick a bone? How about this?
All right, wait, this is where I'll bail Patullo out.
I'm gonna bail. I'm gonna go like this. And Chip, right? I'm gonna bring it home. If you're telling me that they gave Nick fucking autonomy because he won a Super Bowl, knowing full well that that guy has failed in their eyes by elevating a guy from within, this is on fucking Howie and management for putting that guy in that position that wasn't qualified to coach that talent on that side.
I agree. They should have hired somebody with experience. But let me just push back on one thing real quick. Do you put the offensive line having a down year through 6 games on Kevin Petula?
No.
Do
More
you put the
efficient.
run concepts and everything in that realm on Kevin Petula right now?
No, they're running the same concepts they did a year ago. They're just beat up this year.
So here's my point, though. Kellen Moore did nothing for the passing game last year. They were the 31st ranked passing game. By the way, it was all the same things. Everybody tweeting about the routes. You were tweeting about him last year with Kellen Moore. Everybody tweeting about the passing game. You were tweeting about him a year ago with Kellen Moore. The only difference between Kellen Moore and Kevin Petula right now is Saquon Barkley's production, the running game's production, and the offensive line. So while I do agree you should have went with somebody with experience and you should have hired somebody, you can't just put it all on Petula.
Well, wait.
Last year, Kellen wasn't impressive.
No shit, he wasn't. We said he did nothing to enhance Jalen Hurts. However, though, you told me at the beginning of the year they're going to have to win differently. And
this is actually a good take right here. We brought up Brian. I do think Brian Johnson was a Hurts guy.
You told me last year you told me at the beginning of this year they're going to have to win different because they're going to flood the lanes when it came to the run game, and they're going to have to. Well, guess what? Okay, if they're going to do that, you knew you were going to have to rely on throwing the ball more, and you still elevated the guy, and the guy doesn't have any play calling experience. I mean, dude, they did it.
No, I might be wrong on stuff, but I've been consistent. You just said it. This is why I put Jalen Hurts was going to be an MVP this year, because I knew we were going to have to pass the football.
And he can't.
They're not, right? They're struggling at it. That's where I've been wrong. So it is what it is, but it's not all on Petula. It's not all on Nick. It's also not none of them. That's not 0% on them. It's on them. It's on the quarterback. That's who it's on. All right. When you have an offense that is the highest paid offense in pro football, and you are producing to the tune of 30th in the NFL, okay? And last year there was an excuse. Everybody said, we're 30th because we run. We're 30th because we – all right, well, now you don't run. You don't run. You don't pass. And you don't move the ball at all. And you don't score either, by the way. They're a bad scoring offense as well. So now what's when you have that, coach, quarterback, first two to get blamed in any city. And I think it's even heightened here because of the way they're failing right now. The way they're failing is because they can't get the ball consistently to their playmakers. You're not running the ball. What do you do next? All right, let's try and pass the ball. When you can't pass the ball on zone defenses because you're not getting the ball out on time to AJ and Devontae, you're not going to move the football. So people are honing in on the quarterback. Some people can't handle it. I'm okay with it. He's got to be better. He's either got to be better or the offensive line has to, I don't know, resurrect what they were a year ago.
I've seen some videos of Q. There's no way he's playing Sunday.
I don't know. He was out there again. I'm
watching the video. I'm watching a video right now of him, and he's limping.
Is he? Yeah. Well, I'll see what John says about it too.
Because he's limping around out there right now.
Yeah, not great. Not great. I mean, if you have Ringo and Jackson going up against those guys this weekend, they're going to be a tough game, dude. I mean, I still feel like we could win the game, but the offense would have to have somebody said this morning, Jalen's going to have a Pittsburgh game like he had last year. If you got no Quinion this weekend, that's the only way we're going to win is if he has that game.
Why haven't they put Cooper out there?
They maybe they will. Look, desperate times call for desperate measures. It's one thing to say, hey, I'm not doing that when you don't have these injuries and you don't have this inept, play on the field. I said the same thing about Campbell and Bond. Now there's talk, hey, maybe they do float out to the edge. A couple weeks ago, they weren't going to do that. Now I've been up here, by the way. One other thing I was thinking about. Because of the defensive setup right now, I understand that Vic Fangio laughed at the 3-4 defense. And I understand it's a little outdated in today's day and age, and 4 linebackers doesn't make entire sense. But when you have 0 edge rushers, like we literally have Josh Uche and Azeez Ojulari and Jalix Hunt as our edge rushers right now. That's the equivalent of a shoddy group of edge rushers.
Oh, completely.
And you have a very strong linebacker core. Should we be looking at, drop Jalix into the second off-ball linebacker, put Bond on the edge, and put Dean at the mic and Campbell at the will. I get it. I'm just wondering, like, is that something you got to think about?
I keep asking all year long. So you're telling me you're going to put one of your better football players on the bench and put one of your biggest stiffs on the field and play?
Yeah, the thing
How
is,
does
I
that
don't even
make
like
sense?
bringing it
Make
up
that
because
make sense to me.
I don't even like bringing it up, though, because Vic got asked about it, and he laughed at the guy. He literally said, 3-4? You mean like a traditional 3-4? And he laughed. He chuckled and said, no, not in today's game. Because you can't have 4 linebackers on the field. But Jahad Campbell, someone just pointed out in the chat,
3.
dude, his coverage grades right now are best linebacker in football. Now, it's a smaller sample size. It's 6 games so far. But, I mean, if you got a guy who can play linebacker as fast, as long as, has strength and is good in coverage or good enough in coverage, wouldn't you rather do that and have Bond off the edge?
Bond would be the guy, not Campbell.
Yeah, right. Bond would be the guy off the edge. I guess he'd probably play the will then. I said that wrong. He'd probably be the will. Put Jalen at the Sam and put, N'Kobe as your Mike linebacker, and your second off ball is Jahad Campbell.
See, I'm going to put people in those type of positions when I'm going to ask you to play a different position. I'm going to go off of football IQ. And to me, Bond has a bigger IQ, NFL IQ right now than Campbell.
Yeah,
Campbell may have more ability, but Bond has more football IQ right now. So he's going out there, in my opinion, at the edge out there. I mean, boy, this is going to be a tough one, man. This is going to be a game. Do you still believe that it's a must-win game?
I mean, to some extent, I do. I mean, if you drop –
what's the context of that?
People are going to take that like – obviously, it's not a must-win game. You're going to be 4-3. I mean, it's not like the season is over at 4-3. I'm just saying this team has had extremes. Like you go to 23. 23 is interesting. It's like you start out 10-1. It's not like you started out 7-4 or 8-3. 10-1. So the extreme good, and then they go 1-7 or 1-6. The extreme, the opposite end. Last year, 2-2 ugly. 16 straight or whatever it was. This team, like, they play to extremes. And my point is, if you drop another game and confidence in the room
to an NFC team.
Right. Confidence in the room depletes a little bit more. People start wondering what the direction of the team is getting closer to the bye week. I do think you're in a mode where, because you're so talented, sometimes it can almost work against yourself if you don't live up to it, And that's my fear, not my fear, but it's my thought process on if they drop this game, you're way too close to this thing falling off the rails. Now, it depends also the game. Like if you lose like you did to the Giants, yeah, it's going to be ugly. If you lose a close one at the buzzer, that's a different type of
They're
loss.
good too.
Yeah, they're not that good.
Well, they're good when you're hurt like this.
Yeah, they're missing offensive linemen. They're not that good. They're missing Andrew Van Ginkel, probably one of their best defensive players. They can't stop the run to save their life. I mean, they got good pass rush, but they're a solid team. Like they're not that good. They're not.
You mean they're like the Broncos?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
They're a solid squad.
Okay. A Bronco team won too, right?
Yeah.
How close do you think Nick Serriani is to losing that locker room?
I don't think that close. I don't. I don't know. A lot of these guys, how quick can you lose a locker room after a Super Bowl? Quick?
Yeah.
So you don't think he's earned the pedigree or earned up the real estate or the stock yet for that to be like a real staying power type of,
why he can't?
No, I'm not saying he can't lose the locker room. I'm saying I don't think he would through 7 weeks of this year.
You know why he doesn't have that gigantic equity? Because he doesn't really have say overall in the direction of the franchise.
And also it's the extreme that we just talked about.
What's that?
A lot. It's the extremes too. It's either boom or bust,
And that means you have lack of control of your destiny. Is because personnel decisions are made differently. Certain coordinators are hired and fired without anything. I mean, Nick, his number one control is the locker room. Well, dude, now you got people whispering to the media saying this feels like 23.
Yeah, well, that's why I brought it up about the must win. I mean, if you're getting that, and Jeremy Fowler, by the way, is a good reporter. I mean, I know
Dude,
people might not like him because he chirped their favorite team.
That's not Big Sills.
Yeah, he's a good reporter.
Yeah.
He's not putting out bullshit. So somebody said that to him, and that shows you where the extremes are on this team. I mean, if you're either boom or bust. And that's why I said, I mean, if you lose this game, I'm sure there will be a contingency of people in the locker room who think it's a lot closer to the bust than it is to the boom, But it also is about the way you lose. If you lose in a nail biter, you might still be able to say, all right, we're close. We're close. If you get blown out 2 weeks in a row, that's going to be a bad look. All right.
Guys, do me a favor, hit the like button. Don't forget, we're going to read your supers here. I got a couple more here for Big Z. So who's Howie Roseman going to blame on the defense if this thing ends up blowing up on D? Because you have all the experienced coaches on that side of the ball, and guess what? You don't have any first-year, non-first-time play-calling D coordinators like Sean Desai. You got none of that over there. You got a 45-year veteran dude that just won himself a fucking Super Bowl. How is Howie and how are the Eagles going to take that when the one thing that John said a lot of really good things this offseason. One of them was the Temu signings. That thing is stuck. And it has stuck and now it's getting exposed. Bro, this has got, as much as that guy was a grand slam a year ago, Howie's got nobody to blame but him. He's got to take complete accountability of that side of the football if that thing ends up falling on its face. Do you not agree? Because Vic's not going to be the reason here.
I don't always think you have genius takes, but I think this was a genius take by you, and this is exactly why you saw that report yesterday, because there's way more damage control needed on defense than there is on offense. Because like you said, just like they did in 23, they were the number 8th ranked offense in 23. They were good in the red zone. They were good on third down. They were decent passing. They were great running. They scapegoated Brian. They have literally the whole city still thinks Brian Johnson sucks.
I know.
He still isn't an offensive coordinator again because they made him look that bad. They can do that very easily to Kevin Petula. They cannot do that to Vic Fangio, like you said. Now they're putting, we tried to sign Isaiah. We tried to sign. And by the way, what's even worse? One of the other reasons that we didn't sign some of these guys is because, we thought, Jalen Carter's going to get this max deal. Nolan Smith's going to get $25 million. Oh, is Nolan Smith, you paying Nolan 25 right now?
No.
Are you making Jalen Carter the highest paid defensive tackle in football?
The next debate with Ian Ewer is going to be that one there. I mean, no.
Yeah, he's not playing like that right now. I'm just saying, we right now the misevaluation on defense is egregious.
Do you think he's playing himself into a position where they only pick up the 5th-year option?
No, I don't. Because he's going to be too expensive down the road.
Is he?
Yeah. Dude, is he better than Milton was? Yeah. Milton got 27. That's what I mean. Like, that position is so well paid that they're not going to play that game too close. I do. I think they're going to pay him. I just don't think they're going to. I thought they would do very Eagles fashion, make him the highest paid DT in football. I don't know if they go that level unless he really comes alive this year.
If he plays
Baldy?
What do you say?
He was ripping into Carter yesterday.
Carter's not playing well.
Somebody was defending him on WIP, and Baldy was like, stop sugarcoating it. He has not impacted 0 games.
0 games. Baldinger emailed
I think
me.
Baldy went a little far. I think he impacts games, and I think you could see that last week.
Baldinger on Thursday night last, he texted me. He goes, "Are you watching Carter?" And I said, "No." He goes like this, "Yeah, he's not playing." I go, "I know." He goes,
"You should get Baldy back on."
I'm gonna.
He's excellent on the offense.
I'll get. Yeah, he comes up.
He doesn't filter. He knows what he's seeing.
And then he goes, "Did you see him in the previous game?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Dude, this guy has not played very well this year. He just not has played well." And I go, "Yeah, I didn't think he played all that terrible in the Rams game. I thought he was okay in that Rams game." He goes, "Yeah, Sills, he's getting blocked. He's not in shape." And I'm going to say it one more time to you. With not having Milton Williams next to him and not having Josh on that line, Dude, those other guys are playing great. He's not. It's impacted him more. Those guys not being there than those other guys being here. It's impacted him more.
Yeah.
Those guys are going other places. Now, Zander, the expectations on some of those other places like Arizona, but New England, again, I mean, he's playing all pro football up there, Milton Williams. I mean, are you really going to give that guy a 3-year, $35 million contract extension after the way you want him to play right now?
Like, what's your alternative? They're going to pay him, I think.
5th-year option.
You know.
And plus, that gives me more latitude to gather my thoughts and if I need to make adjustments.
The only dude who had a good offseason right now, it looks to me, the only dude who really had a good offseason post-Super Bowl was might be Jordan Davis, who showed up and actually looked like he did some shit this offseason.
He's playing okay.
Right? I'm not even talking about the play. I'm talking about he at least prepped.
Yeah.
You know, he at least did what he needed to do in the offseason to show up ready to go. Jalen Carter, I mean, sometimes, I don't know. He looks like he's fat and slow out there sometimes.
Yeah. I mean.
Dude, and remember, he's probably been, like when you were, for example, when you were dominating people at the University of Miami, you could probably eat a couple crimpets at night and it didn't matter. When you get to the pros,
devil dogs.
Right, because you're younger, your body, your metabolism's fast as shit. You know, you're a dominant player at a different level where players just aren't as good as you. Then you get to the pros and you're like, holy shit, I better get to the weight room, man. I need to go for a jog this morning. It's like that. So,
Bro, I'm running at 3 a.m. Hey, in the pros, I'm running at Zander. In the pros, I'm running at 3 a.m. at night.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
That's my point. I don't know, man. Carter hasn't been as dominant as I was hoping for. That's for sure.
Still time.
By the way, he also, I know, if you don't think Jeffrey Lurie is going to use,
oh yeah, of course,
how he will use the spitting on Dak Prescott. Believe me, how many times do we talk about the PR staff on this? Guys, they hated that. The very first play of the 2025 National Football League season, which is much anticipated because of obviously the wait for football. The very first, the Eagles didn't even take a snap, and their player got thrown out for spitting on the quarterback. That was as bad of a start to the season as Jeffrey Lurie could imagine. I loved it too, Easy. You just can't get caught as right. I don't have a problem. I mean, I don't love it, but it is what it is. It's football. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to sit up here, oh my gosh, be respectful. No, it's not a respectful game. You know, it's violent. It's football warfare. But
I got people on my X account right now posting the Eagles are going to make sure pretty soon you don't have a job, Sileo. And I'm going like, and I went,
how are they going to make sure that?
But no, they're going to do everything they can here, man. Because, bro, one thing I got to tell you about our channel, dude. It really is the only place in Philadelphia that you get a chance to, really talk sports again, like it used to be in your market. Where guess what? Nobody's talking about benching Jalen Hurts here. I mean, we're not. I mean, Howard threw something up because he wants to get ahead of something because he sees something coming. That's brilliant.
That's what we are. It's an unfiltered conversation. Nothing is off the table, whereas other places, a lot of things are off the table.
But get this. Howard did – see, you know what makes Howard great? He threw an innocuous topic out. That might land. Okay? And
I'm telling you, that thing is going to look like a good take in a couple of weeks.
Let me tell you something. If that thing lands – okay, so let's
yeah, you see how many views that thing's up to on Instagram? It's got like 200,000 views. On Instagram, it's got like another 100,000 on Facebook.
I know.
Twitter, I think, did a couple $100,000 on that account.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
Because people are now looking at that going, that's bullshit. And then they go, well, I don't know. What kind of game does Jalen have to play Sunday?
Jalen needs to have a big game Sunday, man.
Big game means what?
Well, it depends. Are they going to try and run the football in this team?
Yes.
So you either got to get the running game going, or if that doesn't work, then you're going to have to play ball. I mean, you're going to have to get AJ Devontae involved. You're going to have to move the football. You got to get rid of these 3 and outs that look pitiful. I mean, you got to correct some of the things that make this offense look so stale and so stagnant and so inept at times. I mean, you just the fact that we have an offense that ever looks inept. I mean, seriously, it's one thing to have a bad stretch. To look inept with AJ and Devontae and Saquon and all these playmakers, I mean, it boggles people's minds. So I think they got to show a little bit. So they got to show like they're going. They need to show some identity. Do you know what the Eagles' offense is in 26 yet?
No.
Nobody fucking does.
It's a bunch of hurt dudes. Is Landon playing Sunday?
I don't know. He's out of practice again. I don't. They shouldn't rush him back.
And so you may not have Landon and Q in this game, and that means you have Adoree Jackson and Keely Ringo at corner. And then Aziza Ojulari and Jalix Hunt at your edges. Dude, this
look at Blaze. I know what it is. It's dog shit.
Dude, I don't know. I might pick the Vikings.
I was thinking you would pick the Vikings.
I might, because
I can't. What am I going to do? Sit up here. What leg do I have to stand? How could you pick the Vikings? What do you mean? Our offense stinks. Our defense is falling apart.
These stupid fucking meetings.
Yeah, dude, that's for the simpletons. It is. It's what it is. It's for the simpletons.
Look how, hey, in all the years I've known you, man, I've never seen you more pissed off in the last 10 days.
Dude, I was saying that this morning. Like normally, I'm like,
you have not been in a good mood.
No, I haven't. You've been feeling my wrath, haven't you? I mean, I haven't been in a great mood.
You've been such an asshole. Philly 500 felt it.
I know he did. He was texting me last night. He was walking on eggshells. I'm like, shit, sorry, Bravo.
He was like, hey, dude, I watched Zander on the postgame show. Holy shit, I was so pissed off. I was like walking around my house, like hollering at people yesterday. All right, dog, let's get to some of these supers, dude.
All right, dude. We don't have anybody at 4:30, do we?
No, 5:30. We have Greg Coleman, part of the broadcast team for the Vikings.
My boy, NJ.
Hey, real quick. How good do you think they are, the Vikings? Would you say they were? They were a good team. Like they were kind of like Denver.
Right now, they're 25th on offense and 6th overall on defense statistically. They're graded out, not very high on PFF. If you like to use PFF, they're not graded offensively or defensively great. They have wins over the Bengals, the Browns, and I forget who their week 1 win was. And then they lost to like the Falcons and the who the hell else did they lose to? I'll have to look. But they're an okay team. They're not really.
Oh, the Bears.
The Bears, that's right. That's right. So, look, they won versus the Bears, the Bengals, and the Browns. They lost to the Steelers and the Falcons. So, I mean, look, they're losing the better games, and they're not
they're not an upper level team.
They're also missing a lot of the guys that make them good. Like they're Andrew Van Ginkel probably won't play. He's a big part of the reason that defense is so good. A lot of the O-line is injured. You know what I mean? Carson Wentz is even a little bit banged up. J.J. McCarthy is we'd rather him play. So, they're not that good. But
what do you make of
we
Wentz
put out that clip yesterday?
Before we read Maniac here, what do you make of Wentz playing Sunday? I mean, as a guy,
it's water under the bridge at this point. I mean, look, I got a lot of love for Wentz. We don't have a Super Bowl. We don't have our first Super Bowl in the mantle without him. But it is what it is. I mean, it's over with now. I've always wished him well. I've always think he's meant well. I don't think he handled everything great here, but shit, get in line, man. We're all human beings. He was like a 26, 27-year-old dude at the time. I'm sure he looks back and wishes he did some things different. But at the end of the day, he's one of our best draft picks ever. He is. Second overall pick. Went on to lead us to an 11-2 start. We went and won the Super Bowl that year. So it's unfortunate the way it ended. But at the end of the day, I still have a lot of respect for Carson Wentz, and I hope he has a shitty game on Sunday.
Let's read these supers, dog.
All right. NJ says, appreciate you, Big Z, my man. Big Sills, you're all right in my book. All right, good stuff, NJ. Everybody should go over and subscribe to the #1 fisherman on YouTube, and that is the legendary NJ Fishing Maniac. So I'm watching his channel the other day.
I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to subscribe for him. Go ahead. Let me hear you.
So I'm watching his channel the other day, And I'm like, what's this video? Pops up on my feed, yelling at a Karen. I'm telling you right now, NJ, I was so proud of you. This guy's fishing on a bridge. He's on land. He's not. There's people out in the water. He takes 4 steps to his left. Some asshole in a kayak starts chirping at him. And NJ doesn't just say, shut up. NJ sounds off on this guy. I moved 4 feet to my left. You're in a fucking kayak. Shut up. I mean, it was an excellent short. So he's a great guy. He's been.
I just subscribed. Make sure you guys subscribe to us as well. I just subscribed. Hey, NJ Fishing Maniac, I just subscribed to your channel. All right, so you got big sales now. Every time now a notification comes up, I'm going to have to check you out now. So congratulations. So he's just screaming at people like me?
Well, not all the time, but he has. He has that in him. He's got that in him, for sure.
Yeah.
But now his channel's growing. He's a really cool dude, man. Kyle says, I can find 2 drug addicts in Kensington that can play better cornerback than Adderall Jackson and Keely Bingo.
Adderall,
shit, Kyle.
Adderall Jackson.
Kyle, you got to keep these things on the rail, dudes. On the rail.
Adderall Jackson. Oh, my God. That's fucking classic, man.
NJ, go ahead and drop your link in the chat there, brother.
Hey, man.
Here's Slade.
Bro, wait. I got to tell you, man. You guys fucking, man. You just people are miserable in Philly.
You're
just miserable motherfucker.
We were all acting. I know everybody's mad at me. Some people are mad at me this week because I've been negative. Oh. The way we've acted for the last year is not really Philly. Okay, I know it's been high and we win every week and we won a Super Bowl and we're the greatest thing since sliced bread. That's not really the Philadelphia that I grew up in or have been accustomed to. Okay. We are used to being miserable. I almost feel more natural to be back angry on the show. But, it's a great life. It is. We're enjoying it. We're enjoying it.
Hey, being in here and talking to Philly people, it's like being at my house. If my aunt's not crying, leaving on a holiday, it was never a good holiday. Hey, right. Let's read more here.
My boy Mike. What's up, Mike? Mike Berghorst checking in. Zander Stills, great show, helps pass the time while I'm driving across the country. That's my boy Mike.
That's dope, Mike. That's dope. Thank you, bro.
Mike, I met at the parade, Big Sills. Him, his wife, and his sons. Mike's a trucker from Detroit. He's a legendary guy. He's been a supporter of ours for a long time. He's a JAKIB Legend member.
Thank you.
Mike, thank you, brother. Appreciate it, my man. Blaze says, we need to put Coop outside and McWilliams in the slot.
Why is that so hard?
What do you think McWilliams is going to be? And because Fangio plays quarters coverage. He loves quarters coverage. He's like the inventor almost of quarters coverage. You need a good slot. You need a good nickel corner. All right. We don't play those cover 2 or we play nickel. We need a good slot corner on the field.
Okay, follow me here though. If you put Dean out there and you have Dean, Campbell, and Bond in the middle of the zone, and you protect the number with Cooper, aren't you covering that safety and that slot safety? If he's not as talented as Cooper, when you have a guy underneath on the bottom of that zone, that you have better guys rolling around in that zone and you keep everything inside and those guys can make tackles, it just makes more sense to get Dean on the field.
I get that.
Instead of having shitty safeties back there.
It's also a much easier argument now, with the injuries.
It is. So, and the production, too. By the way, you know who else is hurting this whole thing? Reed Blankenship's production.
Oh, he stinks this year. I'm so sick of it.
Also hurt that secondary big time.
Oh, my God. Reed Blankenship has been objectively ass cheeks this year.
Yeah,
he has. He's been terrible. That guy played himself out of a contract, maybe.
He may have played himself. Out of Philly.
Maybe. Blaze, I'll say this to you. A couple weeks ago, I don't think I would have been able to say there's a chance. I think now with where we are and with the injuries, nothing's off the table. With the defenses, the coverages, the schemes, the whatever they're going to run, who they're going to play where. I would say nothing's off the table. Let's see what Vic ends up doing.
Does that include bringing Gardner Johnson back?
I don't think they're going to do that.
So that's off the table, in your opinion.
Yeah, I was more talking about within the defense.
Yeah, what they have now.
Moving players around, right? Maybe you do a 4-3, something like that, a hybrid 4-3.
What if they get cooked this weekend?
If who gets cooked?
Eagles get cooked in the secondary this weekend.
What do you mean if? You mean when?
All right. When they get cooked by Jefferson and Addison, you think that changes the conversation? Because Vic's changed.
It depends. Is it between the 20s or is it for points? Is it between the 20s? Vic will live with it.
All right. I'm just saying, dude.
Here's Big Fish. Let's see what Big Fish has to say. Big fish, little boat. That's not to be confused with the fish on the end of NJ Fishing Maniac's rod. Kellen knew when to call plays, though. That's the difference.
It is.
I agree.
Here's the difference in the play calling this year and the coordinator this year, Kevin Patullo. When the running game didn't work, what did Kellen do in the Super Bowl? He turned Jalen Hurts into a passing Super Bowl MVP.
Not really, but
he won the MVP. They didn't run the ball that well.
Dude, Mahomes
they threw the ball
to the third quarter.
What?
Mahomes didn't get past midfield to the third quarter.
Okay, but who won the MVP? I'm telling. Well,
I get it. I'm just saying. It's not like
the difference is this year. The difference is this year. Kevin can't do that.
People conflate it just a little bit. That's all I'm saying. Jalen Hurts had 220 passing yards in the game.
Oh, God.
And he had 72 rushing yards. He had a good game. He had an amazing game. I'm not saying he didn't.
Sweat was the MVP.
Defensive line was the MVP.
Okay, sure. That guy's a no. So you traded the defensive MVP of the Super Bowl away to the New England Patriots.
We're not discrediting Hurts, Trag. Shut up, Trag.
Discrediting Hurts? No way, not him. God,
Big
man.
Trag is going to become Big Fat.
I have never.
Big Fat. Nah, I won't
I've never seen so many people get butthurt anytime you say.
Look at this dickhead. Look at what a fake dude. Yo, Perez, lick my tape, dick. Shut up, you bitch.
There's my favorite one.
Fuck you. Richard says, Big Z, Big Cells, could they move Carter to edge? Well, you maybe could if you ran the 43, if you think about it.
And you had Booker.
Think about it. Your 3 DTs in the 43 would be, or in the 34 would be Davis in the middle, Carter on the left end, and Ajomo on the right end. And then you got your two overhang linebackers. I don't know, man.
If you ran a 43, okay, your Carter and Davis inside, which sounds great. Your edge rushers are Bond, your DE, Bond, and I guess you're going to have to play Hunt out there. And this is what I like. You put Dean in the middle at Mike. You put N'Kobe and Campbell. I don't know how that – look at this. Bond at edge, Carter, Davis, and Hunt. Hunt's the weakest one. Oh, wait. Then you have – at your linebackers, you have Dean. You have Campbell. Those would be your guys in them. How does that sound bad?
Doesn't.
I think it's better than what you got right now going on.
Look at everybody. Everybody's so mad at me. Guys, Hurts played great in the Super Bowl. I know he did. I'm just saying. It's not like he threw for 450 and he threw for 220. He threw for 220, dude. I mean, he had an all right game. The defense didn't let Mahomes pass midfield, for 10 straight drives.
Look at that. You got a new name.
I can't wait for like 10 years from now. Hopefully I'm still alive. I can't wait. I think we're going to look back at this era of the Eagles a lot differently than we talk about it now. I do.
What do you mean? In what way?
Don't make me say that.
Please. In what way?
Let's just see how it plays out.
No. You're not kidding.
Yes. I'm Humpty Dumpty and I'm sitting on the wall. I'm not giving you anything yet. All right. Let's just see how it plays out.
Oh my God. So I'll ask you the question I asked you last week. Or no, excuse me, yesterday. You think this feels more like 24 than 23?
23. I already told you this, but let's see. Let's see. If they win on Sunday and Jalen Hurts comes out and proves all the Jalenites right, then we're going to be having a different discussion.
Dude, come on, man. I know you don't believe that dude's going to turn around and throw for 338 on Sunday.
Yeah, well, he has. I'll tell you what. Jalen does have a propensity to have a random massive game, and it typically comes when the calls are the loudest. So,
I think I got an idea why the Eagles aren't playing very well. Ever since you put the JAKIB hat on and took the Rue hats off.
No.
Look, folks, do me a favor. Look at this guy here. Look at his face.
I'll rock one right now.
Hey, when he turns and looks, look at it. Look at him right now. Look at Zander, how fucking aggravated he is.
What are you talking about, Sills? You telling me the hat switch? You telling me I got to go hat switch to save the year?
Yeah, I like the hat switch actually. Dude, you
should... going already, young Joe. That shit is cooked.
All the worrying he has over his channel. This fucking guy. This guy sleeps like Elon Musk, 2 hours a night.
I'm good, man. I feel good. I tell you what, Eagles got to get a win this weekend, don't they?
You know what they have to do? And you in Philly 500 said it perfectly. No, they don't. You know what they have to do? Don't get your ass kicked. And don't quit. Do me a favor. Do that. And you know what? You're going to win a lot more games this year. Dude, you're not aggravated because they lost. You're aggravated because
let's play some scenario games for a second.
Okay, wait. You're aggravated because they quit. They quit, which is number one, and they got their ass kicked.
If they win, let's play some scenarios.
Okay.
If they win 37-17, Saquon goes over 100. AJ's dancing his way into an end zone with a big smile on his face. Devontae catches a deep ball. If they win 37-17, what's the narrative come Monday morning?
The headline will be back on track.
Agreed.
Okay. Give me another scenario. The other way.
They lose 37-17.
The rails and the wheels have fucking fallen off.
All right, now what if they win 20-17?
Eagles tough a win out after a tough week.
So a bullshit narrative. If they lose 20-17.
Eagles have lost their winning ways.
Good answers on all four.
The headline Monday.
I hate to say it to everybody, but I've always been honest with everybody. I do have a business now. What do you guys think? What do you guys think the most beneficial is for us?
They get beat 40-0.
No. It's one of the blowouts. It's either the big blowout for the win or the big blowout for the loss.
Let me tell you something. If you get blown out by the Minnesota Vikings, people are going to be on that bridge of yours that goes into downtown, and they're going to be sitting there walking across with picket signs, fire fucking everyone.
I'll tell you what, I think the worst case scenario, obviously, would if it's 37-17, we can't throw the ball, we can't get the run game going. Holy shit, dude. This town's gonna go bonkers. They are. I know this town. It's gonna go bonkers.
You think if they lose like that and this thing implodes, like not quite 23, but it implodes, they get knocked out in a wild card. What do you think that means for Nick? Nick's built up equity. He's got it. There's no question. But what do you think that does for them? You think there's massive changes in the offense?
If they get blown out?
No, if they get knocked out in the wild card.
Probably. It depends. It all depends how it looks. I'm telling you, it's like this team, the ownership and the front office.
You fired Andy and you fired Doug. That guy's not safe.
Yeah, but Doug collapsed that year.
He did.
Had a
4-win team. Had a 4-win team at the end.
It's bad. The team was depleted, but I digress. They had no offensive line left.
What's Howie's accountability?
Oh, Howie's got to be somewhat accountable. Do we really think this team is going to collapse, though? No, they're too good, right? They can't. How? I mean, what level of collapse could we have?
Okay, well, I'll tell you this. I guarantee you there's no way on the planet of all the teams you were going to play this year, you didn't think you'd get your faces kicked in by the Giants, did you?
Look at this asshole. This team just won their second title. They can get smashed every week. Who cares? What a bitch comment.
Man. Holy cow. Bro, they do need here. They need a win. It was a trap game, Sills. Are you trying to tell me the New York Shitty Giants is a trap game?
Dude, Island, there's no justifying that game. Dude, the offense with Jackson Dart, Cam Scatterboo outperformed the Jalen Hurts-led offense with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Saquon Barkley. I mean, stop. This offense is underperforming so bad it's painful. Even M. Reyes has moved the needle to, this is just part of it. You know, it used to be 52-3 every week. We would never lose a football game. Now it's just like, oh, my God, you're a bad fan if you talk about it. It's just a part of it. No, it's not just a part of it.
So I wrote
the 30th in pro football, guys.
I wrote these. Say that again because this goes in. I wrote, what did you just say about the offense? 30th?
30th in pro football.
Okay, so I wrote down the 4 best quarterbacks in the NFC East.
Oh, gosh. I was hoping you didn't bring this topic up. I was hoping you didn't bring this topic up.
The 4th best quarterback.
I will recuse myself from this topic.
Here are the 4th best quarterbacks in the NFC East. I wrote down Daniels, Dak, Dart, Hurts.
Oh, no. Dak is better than Daniels right now, too.
What's that?
Dak is better than Daniels right now.
Okay, you could go Dak, Daniels, Dart, Hurts, or
I refuse.
Wait, you could do this. Okay, let's go Dak. Let's go Daniels, Hurts, and if you want, you go Dart because he's a rookie. You put him 4th. But if we're going on a week basis, you're probably gonna go Dart, Dak, Daniels, and fucking Hurts. Oh my God. This guy's the worst quarterback in the NFC fucking East right now. Holy shit.
Please stop, man. Please.
Fucking Sam Howell's better.
Dude, come on, man. Come on. I'll give you my list on the full body of work. Full careers.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Hurts is on top on that one.
Hurts, Dak, Daniels, Dart.
Hey, look at the way he just saved that. What about in 2025? By the way,
25 it ain't good. 25 Hurts is 4th.
Isn't Dart 2-1 now or 3-1 as a starter?
2-1, yeah.
2-1.
With wins over the Chargers and the Eagles and a loss to the Saints. Someone explain that one to me.
That's the Giant roster right now.
I know.
So wait a minute.
The Saints and beat the Chargers and the Eagles.
Dart is a better player right now.
Bro, if we're going off just 25, I don't know how you put Hurts above 4. You can't.
No, you can't. He's 4th.
Yeah.
He's the fourth best quarterback in 2025.
Look at
right
you on. I'm honestly surprised that Sills put Hurts in the top 4. Look at how much fun he's having. He brought up this topic and literally became the Joker up there. He is cracking up.
I am. Bro, I don't know.
Come on, Jalen.
Come on, Jalen. Dude, if I were you, man, I'd keep rooting for that Bama team. I'd root for this fucking
Dude, Ty Simpson might be the leader in the Heisman race right now, apparently.
In my vote, if I had to give the vote right
You have a vote, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a Heisman Trophy vote. So if I'm going to do that, who do you think the best team in the NFC is right now?
Best team in the NFC right now is the Bucs.
They play Detroit on Monday.
Yeah. Even if they lose that game, they might hold that title because they are so depleted and they keep winning.
Yes, sir. That is the proper way of looking at that right now, is how you just looked at it. So here's my voting right now. It's Ty Simpson. I've got Carson Beck. Dude, that kid, Fernando Mendoza, that kid from Indiana, I got him third.
Yeah, he's good.
Okay.
He's playing really good.
I got the Southern Cal quarterback, number 4. I got Jeremiah Smith from Ohio State, 5th.
Yeah, he's a stud, that kid, man. That kid, Jeremiah Smith.
Would you trade up? Would you trade up next year and draft him and then move AJ?
No. I wouldn't.
So you're not moving.
You want to give me Ty Simpson?
you're not.
Give me Ty. Give me Ty with AJ.
Hey, do you think that AJ?
Wait, no. We got to follow through though. If you're going to say get rid of AJ for Jeremiah Smith, is Jalen still the quarterback? I mean, what changes? You can't really upgrade AJ Brown.
You're right. You can't get rid of.
You're not upgrading AJ Brown.
No. You're right. You can't get rid of AJ and then keep Hurts.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Here, by the way,
if AJ Brown can't get the ball,
that's right. This kid's not. Here's if you were to trade AJ Brown, how real do you think that is that they would trade him before November 4th?
What's that? Say that again.
So if you wanted to do this, say you called the Browns and you go like this, I'll trade you AJ Brown, Myles Garrett, and we'll give you a 3. Would you take on that contract?
No.
No,
I want Myles Garrett, but I don't. We have offensive problems.
Yeah, but could be resolved by defense.
No.
Like it was a year ago. Remember something. Your problems are health.
Bro, our offensive problems are a lot bigger than anybody is leading on. We have been. This is the second straight year.
They're the same problem you had a year ago.
In passing the football.
But you had the same problems a year ago.
Yeah, but we ran like we ran better than any team in history.
Your problems are in the run game.
I understand that, but you're not bringing back that 24 run game, dude.
Well, then you're in a lot of trouble. If you're not bringing that back, you're in a lot of trouble, bro. Okay, here's what you have with if you were to move AJ.
Dude, if they trade AJ for Trey Hendrickson will not do for this team what you think, Emrayes. That is not a good trade.
AJ's this. New team acquires AJ in 25, $780K GDD. In 2026, it's $29 million. In 2027, it's $21 million. In 28, it's $32 million. In 2029, it's 31. Dead cap 25 would be, if you traded AJ, your dead cap in 25 this year would be 16.7. 26.
Dude, wait. I just want to run through some. Why does everybody go to AJ? Like you got right now, you have a dead deer on the road, right? You have a dead deer. Instead of like moving it to the side or resuscitating it or doing what you can, You got a baseball bat. And you're just, what does this offense look without AJ? We're the 30th ranked offense. Now you want to get rid of AJ Brown? We can't get worse. You're beating the dead horse.
Well, then
We can't make the offense worse.
Well, then the only other guy to get rid of is the quarterback.
They're not moving. That's why they're not moving anybody in offense.
All right. There you have it.
Curtis, I guess, brings up a good point. We can't really get worse, so maybe it doesn't matter.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Zander, does he make a move by November 4th? Does Howie make a move by the 4th?
He makes a move. I don't know how big, though.
No splash move.
AJ is not holding the team back emotionally, Boulevards. That is an insane comment, and you know I love you.
Okay, then who's hurting the team more, AJ or Hurts?
I don't think either of them. I mean, I think Jalen is hindering the offense right now because his skill set's not being put in the – he's not able to use his skill set properly because the team can't run. And when you can't run, you got to get the ball out quick and throw the ball. You got two
problems here. You got two problems here.
Too, but yeah.
Okay? You got two problems. Two guys don't fit. One, it's like, which one would you rather live with? Would you rather live with Hurts?
Two guys don't fit. Who?
I'm going to tell you right here. Look,
right.
This offense that you have right now with all these skilled players.
Let me grab a drink. I'll take you 2 seconds.
And all this passing, and all these passing guys that you have, and you don't have a passer. Who's the one guy that doesn't fit? Dude, the one guy that doesn't fit is the quarterback. Everyone else fits. Everyone else fits. Quarterback doesn't fit.
Well, he fit when we can run.
Well, he never will fit when you throw.
I'm not saying he will.
Well, then why have AJ? What's the point?
I've been asking that question.
What's the point of having these guys and all these all-skilled guys when you don't use them and you're 30th last year?
We ran through this exercise after Howard Eskin put it up. Okay, we ran through this exact exercise. What's a better offense? Okay. Any other quarterback with the skill position guys we have, or the current offense as it stands today without AJ Brown?
Oh, you're right. I don't want AJ not on that team. But I'd rather get rid of Hurts before I got rid of AJ. Wait, here's the topic.
I disagree.
Who's more expendable, AJ or Hurts? It's a fucking MVP. You know it's Hurts.
There's a lot of different factors to that, though. The MVP.
Really? Help me out on the factors.
I'm talking about the Super Bowl MVP.
Oh no. Hey, Bob Lang, help me out on this one here because I want to know. I mean, he's the most expendable guy. You can get rid of fucking Hurts.
All right, let's do a poll in the chat. Let's do a poll.
I love that topic. Who's more expendable, Hurts or AJ?
I'm putting it in the chat, so get ready to answer it, shitheads.
Hold on here. Who is more?
Wait, let me post it in the chat.
Okay.
Well, you can post on your Twitter. Who is more expendable? AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts.
Who the Eagles offense? How are you wording it? Because I'm going to tag you.
Just put who is more expendable.
Okay, who is more expendable? I put to the Eagles offense. Hurts, Jalen Hurts, or AJ Brown? Who do you think?
I think Jalen Hurts. I mean, it's a lot of people will get mad at me for saying that, but it's also partly the way of the offense that they've embraced. They've embraced an offense that doesn't rely on a quarterback. I mean, if you look around the league, most offenses don't
get hammered for that.
What's that?
You're getting hammered for that one.
I don't give a shit. That's the truth. They built an offense that it doesn't rely on great quarterback play. Most offenses do. Buffalo does. Look at Baltimore without their quarterback. I mean, Joe Burrow, obviously, in Cincinnati. Look at Baker Mayfield. What would that team do with a shoddy quarterback? I mean, the Eagles didn't build that way. They've opted to build a different way on offense. And Jalen Hurts has willingly signed up and willingly taken on that role.
And is
being Jimmy says about drinking. Dude, I'm drinking a seltzer water.
Would you think he was drinking a tequila?
I guess I cracked the can, so people thought I was.
Bro,
it's not a Red Bull.
Jalen Hurts is more expendable.
Sig Lord, these people know what expendable means. They might not.
Bro, I got to tell you, man.
Wait, answer this, though. Because this has to be factored in. If you're going to have that conversation, Howie Roseman got a number 1 overall pick for Carson Wentz. What would you get for Jalen and what would you get for AJ? AJ, I don't even think you're getting a 1. He's a 28-year-old receiver who's making $32 million.
You're not getting a 1 for him.
Jalen, you could maybe get 2 1s if you get a dumb team.
Like the Jets?
Exactly.
And they're high picks.
Dude, I got a better one. What about the Steelers?
No way.
After Aaron Rodgers?
Steelers aren't going to trade their picks away. That's not what they do.
No.
Now, environment has changed in the NFL today. And they've been struggling to find a guy to replace Ben Roethlisberger. And maybe they would go down that lane because you know why? Mike Tomlin loves the guy. And Mike Tomlin doesn't have a lot more time in that building. He's not going to sit around and want to develop a young quarterback.
Underdog says, "What are some of the dumber GMs? What can we realistically get back for Jalen?" Serious question. I think you can fleece a GM to get a number 1 and maybe a conditional 2.
I think you could probably get a number 1 and a conditional 1.
Well, that's what I meant. A 2 that could become a 1.
Yeah. Could become a 1. Like
Steven says he wouldn't trade either. All right, well then you're going to have to live with the 30th ranked offense and hope our running game and hope our defense can lead us to more wins.
That's right. You're going to have to hope that the run game turns around.
We have too much evidence that this team is not going to be a good passing game.
Correct. And quite frankly, it never was going to be.
I know, Curtis. It is fantasy land. It's sports talk. It's fun.
I got another one for you. Help me out on this. You said 2022, that offense is long gone, right?
Oh, that thing is so history. I don't even remember what it looked like. Can barely even smell the thing.
All right. It's pretty funny that how Shane Steichen evolved that offense in Indianapolis and made that 2022 offense with Danny Dimes. I mean,
I knew you were going to say that.
Why didn't they evolve that 22 offense like Steichen has? They haven't evolved. Yeah, because they didn't hire a guy that was in the same conversation.
I don't know why they didn't. I think it's because the owner dreams of a pass game like he has for years. That's what the owner has always wanted.
Do you think how much do you think
the Super Bowl lid?
Oh man, I love that.
Remind
That's a great looking hat.
Maybe it'll bring back some positive energy to the show.
Bro, that's a great looking hat. Let me ask you this. What do you think the owner's patience level is right now?
Low. Very low.
Low. With who?
Very low.
With who? With who?
The whole thing. Specifically the offense and the coaching staff on the offense. Because let's be real, Howie and Lurie's not doing anything to Howie. Lurie and Howie are butt buddies.
No way. That ain't.
And I can't blame him for that. He's done a good job.
I think he will criticize him though for the defensive not being able to retool that defensive side of the ball. But the scapegoat again will be Kevin Patullo.
Yeah, well, it's like you pointed out earlier. It's very easy to scapegoat somebody on the offense.
You think Nick lose some of his equity in the locker room? You think he's lost any of his equity in the locker room right now?
Nick? Nah, not yet.
Or is it still
Faber
too
says the owner picked Hurts. Faber, that's not what happened. Okay. The owner likes Hurts. The owner did not pick Hurts to be the starting quarterback of the football team. That is not what happened, Faber. Thank you. Do not spread that bullshit. That is not what happened. The owner has dreamed since he bought the team in 96 or 98 or 94, whenever the hell it was.
I believe it was 94.
Huh?
94, I believe.
Yeah. So he's been dreaming of having a high-flying passing attack for years.
Dude, do me a favor. Stop with this fucking Trey Hendrickson stuff. Not you.
I don't even think Trey Hendrickson's the right fit.
Here, get this. So he's being held up because the Bengals are shopping him. He's not hurt. He's 31 years old. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, he now, would you do this? Would you trade for Trey Hendrickson, give him a 3, have him as a rental for the remainder of the year, pick up the remaining part of his contract, and then let him walk? Or try to trade him in March?
I don't think he's the fix. Again, everybody's focused on the defense. I understand the defense has problems. Maybe we have to be because we can't expect the offense to get better, and the only way to win is if you have a dominant defense. Maybe we're right.
So you think there's more of a need of something on offense than the edges?
No, I just think the offense needs to play fucking better, dude. Doesn't matter. You could trade for TJ Watt right now. If the offense isn't playing better than 30th, they're not doing shit.
Hey, I just be dude. All right. Big
Shout out
Z.
to whoever just became a member on the JAKIB website.
Who did?
Michael Doherty. Thank you, Michael. I don't know if you're in here, but I appreciate it.